Hello, everybody. I just wanted to create like a Q&A live stream, questions and answers, just so like, I don't know, we could talk about everything that's going down, everything that we know, all that stuff. I doubt anybody will show up considering there's not much like really exciting going on right now, but still. Just waiting for people to show up, I guess. But yeah, when people do show up, they can just type a question or a comment and pretty much just uh, oh, we got one watcher, so somebody got the notification. I only got like 5 subscribers, but like all of my videos have quite a amount of views, considering all the people that are in the know. Will you fuck off already? God damn. If you don't want your fucking like Discord tag leaked, I suggest you take that back. So yeah, questions, comments, whatever. I really don't care. Can I like my own live stream? But as I was saying, I only have 5, which the purpose of this channel really isn't to like gain subscribers or attention or whatever the fuck ever. It's just, basically kind of a documentation of everything that has been happening, I suppose. Because the first video that I posted on the B thread, on the original wagwan pifting. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but okay. Yeah, but the purpose of this channel really isn't to gain like fame or popularity. It's just basically kind of a documentation, a record of everything that has been happening, kind of an attempt to gather everybody together that has been, involved in this. Which, if you go to the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, there's several videos that you can watch. Like, hold on one second. You type in Encyclopedia Dramatica, and there's a page on Reiko, one of the guys that are involved or that are on the R9Q server, or at least involved in the whole forced HRT and all of that shit and stuff. If you go to that, there's a couple of videos that are unlisted that you can watch. It shows a link if it'll fucking show it. Yeah, there's one entitled Reiko answering questions about the drama, and then the other video is Reiko talks about the trap posting, the whole of it, all that different stuff. So apparently, the whole gist of it was that Reiko was at one point, according to one of my sources, a member of the robot liberation movement, or at least he was even the leader, according to one of my sources. Because I went to the page that they interviewed him on, or I went to the Discord server that they interviewed him on, where there was like a shit ton of people in the voice chat. And I talked to one of the guys that I saw in there, and he said something along the lines of, here, I'll pull it up on Discord really quick. He wasn't the nicest person to talk to, but still. I'll read off exactly what he said to me. I don't know exactly what you're up to, but I suggest to you to cease your faggotry. I'll tell you the gist of it. I played with Reiko, Forecraft. We were allies back when he led R9K faction. That was in 2014. Then he fucked off and came back with the name Reiko and joined in. As far as his tranny ops go, it was his friends shitposting and acting as victims. And then I said, okay, thank you, all that different stuff. And I'm not exactly sure if this guy is believable, because there's quite a bit of evidence against him. Like, there's some screenshots taken of some fucking pretty sketchy Discord posts. Like, there's one post on the Encyclopedia Dramatica page talking about, like, I'm assuming he's talking to one of his traps, and he's like, how about you stop being useless and take some pictures, bitch. Make sure you're bleeding in them as well. Don't forget what I have over you, which is basically in reference to him having information over certain people, that way he can force people to like cut their names into their arms and shit like that. And there's another screenshot that was taken, and it says, this is Reiko. My ultimate fantasy is kidnapping a cute boy and locking him up in my basement. I will let him consume nothing but soylent estrogen and milk mixed with my semen. Every day when I catch him about to sleep in bed, I will enter his room, manhandle him into a chair, restrain him, and put him in front of a monitor that is showing terabytes of trap porn and sissy hypno videos. As the training progresses, it will get more advanced. At the end, he will also be locked in a chastity cage with vibrators up his ass, taped to his dick, and taped to his nipples. As he falls more and more for my Jewish psyop, I will start to leave dildos and other sex toys around his room for him to play with. Near the end of his training, I will remove all the toys from his room and leave makeup, shaving tools, and dresses in his room. I will deny him any kind of pleasure for a week straight, and when he is completely lust-filled, I will descend into his room with nothing but a mask. Like, that's pretty fucking incriminating, in my opinion. That's pretty damning. I don't fucking know. He claims, like, there's several people claiming, which are Jews, that are trying to do some damage control and other shit, that are claiming that this was all a LARP gone wrong. Okay, you don't fucking LARP about this shit. And they said that the reason why people were cutting their fucking Discord tags into their arms is because people got too involved and that they can't control what randoms do on a Discord server or some shit like that. People don't voluntarily fucking do that shit. Like, honestly, who does this? I mean, I understand there's a lot of mentally ill people on the internet and shit, but still, this is fucking... I don't even fucking know. Like, not only is he accusing people, or like he's basically admitting to like forcing people to go on HRT and other shit like that. Also pedophilia. Like, he's a fucking pedophile. This is like, there's no way that this guy is not a pedophile. So I'm thinking in my head that we have been like targeting the wrong person all fucking along. Arrow could simply be one of his fucking lackeys, one of the people that got dragged down into this, and he just eventually fucking accepted it over time, which is a very strong possibility. And then I've heard rumors, there's like stuff going around to where like this guy even fucking killed himself because of this. Hold on a second. I'll try and find it on the Encyclopedia Dramatica page. Okay, there was this guy called Shuaibai. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was a packy tranny who shot himself, bringing this entire shitstorm to life. There is no doubt that Reiko is guilty of manslaughter, as he has admitted in his AMA that Shuabai was on HRT that Reiko suggested. The other Anons who killed themselves are currently unknown, but are expected to be revealed. For the gullible trapped faggots who still live in hell on earth, wait until the resolution of the Reiko arc before you and Hero. And the page goes on to say, Reiko has implied that there are others higher up on the ladder, and he's just one of the many middle managers. Whether this is a bluff or the rabbit hole goes far deeper remains to be seen. And there's like a bunch of fucking pictures here. I'll send a link in the chat to the Encyclopedia Dramatica page so that you guys can see for yourself. I don't know why I didn't fucking do that in the first place. All right, there you guys go. You can copy and paste that if you can, or you can just, yeah, it's a link. It disabled as a link. So yeah, this is fucked. This is very fucked. Like, oh Jesus. And if you go on the fucking page, there's like a gallery full of pictures of like, I'm assuming underage boys and shit, like with Reiko's name written in Sharpie on their chests and shit like this. And there's like you can obviously tell that these kids are like on HRT, considering that like they have fucking, they're starting to develop like tits and shit, which is like completely revolting. Oh shit. And he also like the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, like if you go to the very bottom, his accounts, he has a YouTube account, he has a Twitter, which apparently isn't active anymore, called Nolan Strauss. That's apparently his real name. And he has a Twitch called Reiko Mikami. He has a Steam account, which has been privatized. He has a SoundCloud for his shitty music project. There's several poll threads talking about his fucking talking about Reiko, all that different stuff. But yeah, this, I'm not exactly sure if I want to fuck with this guy single-handedly, and I'm sure that most of you can understand why. Because apparently, if he manages to get information on you by some means, probably most likely illegal, obviously, then he claims to be able to send it to the right people. And then if you don't like fucking go on HRT or whatever, he will fucking send pictures and stuff to your parents and all this different shit. So yeah. There's nobody watching this, but I really don't fucking care. I'm just going to keep rambling about this. Okay, so I guess I'll just read from the top. R9K faggots are sexual deviants, but they're also mentally and socially retarded. They're so retarded they're insecure about their retardation. R9K is a hub exclusively for exceptional, self-conscious NEETs that don't know better. They're creepy faggots, but they're mostly harmless. Imagine a R9K user that can take advantage of other R9K users for their own sick desires. Excuse me. Imagine an R9K user that's not just sexually frustrated, but could do harm to your personal and professional reputation. That's Reiko. Reiko's online predator mega faggot status was unearthed by Anon after he drove a kid to become a hero. I'm assuming that's another way of saying he fucking committed suicide. This led to lots of exposure to the story, most noteworthy being a couple of passing tweets from the Steve Irwin of autism. Mr. Medicare, Reiko, and his goons have yet to respond to any of their newly earned attention from #Busygate. Okay, so apparently this hasn't been updated in a long time because there's some shit talking about Arrow's harem, which got fucking nuked by the Discord administrators or whatever. It got fucking reported or whatever, and it got shut down. But it says Reiko is the head honcho of a Discord harem, basically an online brothel full of young, dung traps looking to degrade themselves. Here's how he does his business. Reiko and another faggot called Haruka play shills to spam they actually pay people. They paid people to spam R9K with trap threads and self-harm threads and other shit like that. So, yeah, they paid people to spam trap threads on R9K to encourage idiots to take the pink pill, quote unquote. He invites traps, trannies, and females to his Discord server, putting up a link after link after link. Never post pictures of real traps, always idealized anime versions because the average trap is fucking disgusting and couldn't trap an incel at an anime convention. That's not my personal opinion. That's what the Encyclopedia Dramatica page says. So, not that anybody fucking gives a shit. That's not me. That's the page. Once someone is stupid enough to join the server, he asks them to send a selfie and a dress showing their face, obviously important later, because noobs don't know how to take proper anon nudes. They happily comply. After they send the photo, he drops a bomb. He just docks them. He has the blackmail and the right people to send it to. That's where the whole fucking higher up thing leads up towards there. So, yeah. He leaves them with two options. Become an in real life dick girl and be his sex doll forever, or have their lives ruined. Spoiler alert, his victims usually take the super secret third option. Sad explanation point. So, yeah, there's another section called Other Faggot Pedophiles. Reiko would have never been able to gather his trap harem without some fanatic followers. Even if Reiko is incarcerated, others will take his place. Unless, Malfian, an esoteric old fag who takes the cause of removing normal faggots from R9K and uses it to justify destroying the board with tranny hypnoporn. Has also taken credit for spamming cuck, interracial, and other forms of porn, probably an MLP. The idea an old fag would turn against the board is a psyop in and of itself because it suggests that this is not just an attack on R9K by outside forces, but a top 10 anime betrayals R9K civil war with the trap side being funded by outside forces. And there's an image of there's a screenshot that was taken of one of this Malfian's posts. Apparently, there's not much known about Malfian, I don't think. So this is what the quote says, or what the screenshot says. Those who find me often ask, will the spam stop? And what will it take for this to end? And I have an answer. The spam will never stop so long as normal fags infest my board. I've been here 10 years, and I intend to be here 10 years longer. I don't know if that implies to, like, him being a fucking janitor or whatever. I doubt it. I don't know. The changes I see are ones of calcification and a drifting towards the normalcy of Google, YouTube, etc., wherein everything is sanitized and frozen in time. Sorry, it's hard to read this. It's kind of blurry. I do not care one way or other about the current zeitgeist of transgenderism, just like I did not care back in 2014 about cuckoldry or Gamergate. What will be made clear, however, is that if you decide to visit this ancestral land of filth and decay, that you will have unchanged. You will leave unchanged. Uh, you shall become something that you once hated, and forevermore shall you be that twisted and horrid thing. No, I do not care for simple victory over this invasion. I shall see minds warped and bodies mutated into purposeless forms by the changer of ways with the consent of those weak-willed enough to heed their sirens' calls. I fill the board with. This guy's got some fucking Lovecraftian uh, vocabulary, if I do say so myself. There is no victory over the chaos we presently represent, but there is a victory over the souls and minds of the visitors and the casual users of the board. I will not stop until every man who dares enter this holy place of ours is faced with a wall of knives unto which he shall willingly fall upon, or a wall of needles which will close and end mutate him into these abominations we love to laugh at. Jesus Christ. The trap spam has threefold purpose: to normalize the idea of trannies as a force in their lives, to confuse the users into seeing femininity and masculinity where there is none or both, and to conceive the users of a prevalence of these ideas in outside society. Those who actually do go outside and see the world for what it is know that there are nowhere near as many traps as are presented but chances are, if they do go out that frequently, they do not have time nor alignment to argue against it with their likely liberal views and busy schedules. If the mods act against us, there are countless countermeasures against them. If the users act against us, they shall not emerge unchanged and unbroken in spirit. If the newest and best abominations change, then we'll change gear, just like when we stopped the cuck spam to start the tranny spam. No singular act can stop us. No group of people with the knowledge of our deeds and plans could ever hope to stop it, any more than a storm spotter can stop a hurricane. We have been denied our home for too long, and this present pain we all feel will be placed upon the backs of those who stand against the primordial. With this determination, we shall shatter Overton's window and scream to the highest heavens and the lowest hells until the precision is made to turn the damned hole into a wall, and once more may we know the peace of isolation. Okay, that's a fucking long fucking poem. I feel like Edgar Allan Poe after doing all that shit. But like, Jesus. I genuinely feel sorry for this faggot, considering that he took that long to make something like that, because this took like that entire fucking short story must have taken a long time to type, a lot of thought and shit. Either that or he's just really good at writing or whatever. But it's safe to say that I think we're up against some pretty smart people, smart in the wrong ways. So yeah, I really don't know what to do at this point. I mean, the fucking live stream of, or the video of the recon that I did at Arrow's house, I feel like it was in vain, because I kind of knew all along that was his address, considering that all the information that we had lined up pretty well. So, yeah. Oh, Jesus. It's just, I feel this rabbit hole goes way deeper than I thought it did. But I find myself more and more intrigued by it at the same time, and not in a bad way. Like, there is so much fucking shit to this. It's not even funny. Well, the way that I found this Encyclopedia Dramatica page is because I heard that there was an Encyclopedia Dramatica page about Arrow, and I went to Encyclopedia Dramatica last night and I typed in Aromatic, and this pulled up. Hold on one second. Let me type in. There was another page about him. Hold on. Aromatic. There's another page about all of this. About Vidley, Lord Foxworth, and I went to this one and I really couldn't find much. It's basically it's a page dedicated to this thing, this YouTube alternative, it's basically an alternative to YouTube, and I guess Aromatic is mentioned in it, but I can't find where exactly he's mentioned. So yeah. There's really nothing else that I could say at this point. I basically read it, is in the link below. So yeah. Apparently Arrow is somehow connected to Vidley or whatever. Oh my goodness. But yeah, be sure to check out the Encyclopedia Dramatica page that I linked in the live comments section. And, form your own opinion, do your own research, all that shit. So yeah. Alrighty, well, I'll see you guys later. There's really nothing else for me to say at this point. So yeah. Praise Keck, all that good shit, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.